Hello, everybody, and welcome. We want to welcome you this evening to a very important interview. I was trying to work with a video and it wouldn't, I don't believe it was sharing, but I want to make sure we work on it to see, share that. But of course, this evening, my name is Glendy Jane Juniors, and I'm here with two very important stakeholders of the Republic of Liberia. And we're going to be interviewing them this evening, but I want to first be able to share a video with you as an intro to our podcast this evening.
Stay tuned. Follow me inside. Is there a gala going on here tonight or something? What's going on here? Who is this? Who is this?
This is Carmen.
Carmen, and who are you?
Director of Student Sponsorship for the ATDOE Memorial
Oh, you
Foundation.
were.
Come on out tonight and sponsor some much-needed kids
Come out where?
to the Embassy Suites south of Concord Mills exit.
All right.
6:30.
All right. Even dressed down, she fly. Look at her, y'all. Look at her, y'all. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Who's this? Who is this?
Board member for ATDOE.
Name, please.
Foundation, Tanya Deblay-Burrow.
Okay.
We are setting up for stepping into the new 13th annual gala.
All right. And how should we come stepping? What do we step in?
Look, come in with your formal wear and your jazziest shoes.
Yes.
Come celebrate a rewarding experience.
All right. You see how they on point? No prep. This is improv. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Who is this?
Hey, this is Sire, the founder and chairman of the ATDOE Memorial Foundation.
Mhm.
I am here to let you know we are so ready to step into the new.
Yes.
When I say step into the new, this is not just about ATDOE Foundation. It's even about you. What is your new? Your mind, your body, spirit, and soul.
All right.
Because in this dispensation, the Lord has said He's going to drop a lot of new. And if you believe it with me, you better start stepping.
You better.
Tonight, it's about 6:30, right? A few hours from now, we will be officially stepping into the new for the 13th annual charity gala for ATDOE Foundation. Already sold out, so we're just coming with our best kid.
All right.
See my dress? Get ready.
Who is this hardworking brother? Who is this servant leader? Who is this let men talk? He represented. Who are you, mister?
I'm Francis Casey. I'm one of the founders of the ATDOE Memorial Foundation.
Uh-huh.
Though you see me with Let Men Talk here, but I'm diversified in my way of doing things. And my wife and I, we are excited about what tonight holds. I mean, I can't tell you how excited I am because this is something new. When I think of stepping to the new, I'm thinking of paying forward.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to help you understand that, many times when we come into a situation like that, we forget where we come from.
Right.
And stepping into new territories means being able to help somebody along the way. The foundation over the last 13 years have been a blessing to so many people. And this year's gala is an expression of our appreciation and love for everything that's happened over the last 10 years. And we say to God be the glory. But I'll leave you with this note. He will not give you a burden that you cannot bear. So I'm stepping into the new, knowing I got God stepping with me.
All right. Show them how you.
All righty. Well, we're back. We tried to show an intro for just so that you have an idea of what we're going to do here this evening. Maybe later on we'll go back to that video again and show piece. Please don't hold me accountable because I'm not a technician. I'm not a TV specialist, but I tried. But at least we wanted to give you an idea of what we're going to. Tonight, we are going to be interviewing the SEALs. These people have done something formidable. They are very successful in what they've been able to do. Their names are ringing high praises for what they've done in our Liberian community. And so tonight, I want to welcome my guests on so that we can talk. Please, please, please share the podcast. You don't want to miss this. We're going to be talking about the ATDOE Memorial Foundation 14th anniversary. Make sure you stay tuned. We'll need your help. We'll need your support. We need to help promote what we're doing. We always want to be able to participate in the things of Liberia, but we don't always want to be on the side of the bad things. So when good things are happening, we want to be also a part of that and share the information. I'm going to welcome Mr. CEO, the founder of the ATDOE Memorial Foundation, onto the stage. Hello.
Hi, Glendy. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's a pleasure to have
Thank
you here. And
thank
that hairdo, I meant to comment on it. I said I'll wait until tonight. It's no
you.
joke. That's the leading hairdo now. But who
Yes,
else can wear it better except Mr. Seal?
thank you so much for your compliment. I was in the back and just listened to the video that you just played, and I couldn't stop laughing. What a beautiful segue into this afternoon.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for having me.
You're welcome. Let me welcome your husband, Mr. Seal.
Thank you
Welcome.
so much. Thank you so much, Glendy, for having me. It is an opportunity that we can talk a lot more about the foundation. So it is an honor to be on your platform tonight. I'm looking forward to a very fruitful conversation tonight.
Yes, I am also. Let me just also say that I'm connected to these people in different ways by way of Grand Bassa County and by way of Cathedral High School. So we're here tonight. So it's going to be a family affair, but it's a serious affair because we want everybody to do what you can to support this 14th anniversary of the ATDOE Memorial Foundation. So let's start with Syed, who can tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and then after your husband does the same, we will be able to go into the reason why we're here tonight.
Oh, thank you, Glendy, again for having me on this platform. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are listening. My name is Saya Doe CEO, the founder of the Annie Memorial Foundation, along with my husband, but I wear multiple hats. So, by way of introduction, I will say I am a visionary. I love the fact that God has been able to allow me to build when it comes to Liberia and many other things. I'm a wife of 26 years. I am a mother of three beautiful children. By way of profession, I'm a certified public accountant, professional project manager, senior director of risk and compliance in a big financial company where I lead a lot of strategy around IT risk and technology. But most importantly, I always say all of those accolades do not describe who I am because I am a woman of prayer. I love the Lord. I am a missionary as well as a minister of the gospel.
Thank you. Welcome. Lots of hats to carry. You got God one side, you got a money aspect one side, you got a humanitarian. I tell you, girl, you have it going. But on a serious note, I think with the accolades and everything that you are, your professionalism and everything, I want to congratulate you on everything that you do, that you can serve in this way and be a role model to those young children that you all are currently serving. Let's hear from Mr. Seal.
Thank you so much, Glendy. I'm also a Liberian, originally from Liberia. I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a community crusader. By profession, I am a banker and I work with one of the largest banks here in America. I'm a senior compliance officer at the Wells Fargo. Nevertheless, I am a humanitarian. I'm highly involved in my Liberian community, so it is safe to say that I'm multifaceted. But in everything that we do, I'm also an ordained minister of the gospel. So, in addition to all of those things that my wife has said, we hold a lot of accolades educationally by the grace of God, a master's of project management certification, all of those things. But I'm more humble when it comes to service. And that's what I'm looking for in our conversation tonight. I'm not going to say I have three children again because you already finished saying this. So,
So you got, you're
yeah,
not
so
gonna say you have plus one. You just have.
yeah, exactly. I'll just leave that past there. So,
All right, but welcome to the both of you. And when as I listen to two of you introduce yourself, then my mind runs to my career, and I'm thinking one is risks and one is compliance.
that's good.
How are
Hmm.
you able to balance the household with two very astute things? Like she's risk management, and you're
I'm
also
also,
making sure that she's checking for those things that's going to break down. You're making sure that we keep the processes up so it doesn't break down. And interesting, very interesting. So let's talk about a little bit about Annie T. Doe. Who does that represent? What side of the family that person is from, and why it was important for us to have a foundation in the name in the person Annie T. Doe's name.
So Annie Tito represents the typical Liberian woman who does everything to take care of her children. She was my late mother,
Mhm.
had 9 kids. I'm the last. She settled in Grand Bassa County, Buchanan, where I was born and raised. She was a missionary, loved the Lord, but believed heavily in the value of education. She believed that every child should have access to quality education, even though she did not have formal education. But she was a big advocate of community, faith, and education. And she died when I was 14 years old. It's a little girl. I actually came into, I approached the accident where she was lying dead in the pool of blood. I still remember it like yesterday. Her
Mm.
life was cut short September 20, 1999, I mean 2019. So at that time, I knew there and then that whatever my mother had instilled in me one day, I had to move forward and bring forth the dream. So 20 um, years ago, plus years when I came to America and acquire everything I wanted to, Francis decided that we should go Liberia 14 years ago to visit, and he wanted to take our kids to see their grandparents.
Mm.
I reluctantly followed him. And when we got to Liberia, we went to visit Buchanan, where I was born and raised. And I tell you, the sight of the community, my friends and kids running around barefoot, it just tore my heart. And I feel like I got impregnated at that point where God commissioned me to do something about the situation.
Mm.
And that's when I knew I heard directly in my spirit three things: education, empower the women, and be the conduit for health. That's what started the Doe Memorial Foundation 14 years ago to do
Okay.
what we're doing.
Thank you. And I want to bring your husband in. You talk about how it started, and may the legacy of your mother continue to live on. It lives on in you. Thank you for even going back and looking. But thank your husband for being a foot soldier, deciding not to go to, what's that, Sando County or
Grand Cook
Yepamas?
County, Grand Cook
Granku
County.
County, decided not to go to Granku, and through his instrumentality, we the people from Grand Bassa County are benefiting. But I want to talk about how this vision, I want to ask him directly, supporting your wife, how has this vision evolved from 14 years ago to today? Looking back, what are some of the things that you all had to do to bring it to fruition?
So, Glendy, thank you very much. It has been very challenging. I would first of all like to correct one of the minor error my wife made by saying her mother passed away in 1999. It was 1989, 89. Having
Yes.
said that, because she was a young lady by that
Yeah.
time. So now that we've gotten that part out of the way, we go to Liberia. Obviously, during Christmas time, I decided to take my children. By then, my father was aging. So I said, I don't know how long dad has to be on this earth. We've had three children. I want to make sure dad saw the last one. When she hesitated, I said, Mom, when you want can, you can. You want can, you stay. Me, I go
I'm
back.
going.
So she changed her mind. But anyway, we took little things there and it has evolved in a way that the gift that we took to Liberia was so small in such a way that the demands, the demands were overwhelming when we got to Buchanan. Mind you now, I'm a Monrovia boy, born and raised. I've never been to Buchanan before. So yeah, my taking my wife to this place called Buchanan, not even knowing what we're going for a visit, but upon seeing all of our friends and everything else, the need, the things that we took there, they were not enough. When we came back to America, I'm a business professional and so is she. So we decided to establish the ATDOE Memorial Foundation. And for us, we had to legitimize the foundation. So we formed the 501c3 entity here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and also legitimize the foundation in Liberia with the hope of just giving back in a little way. But I've come to the conversation to say that sometimes whatever you put in the hands of God, He is able to keep.
Mm.
Little did we know when we speak of the foundation metamorphosing into something else, we started with 75 students because back then, the Bible said, write down the vision. You know,
Damn.
it may tarry, but at the appointed time, it will come to pass. And
Mm.
so we decided to start something with 75 students. Let's see, because all your friends, they came to beg. Let's come back and see how we can do for the community. But lo and behold, it has changed from 75 students to 600.
Wow.
600 over the 14 years. It is safe to say when we started with 75, we didn't know what was going to happen. But we put it in the hands of God. We prayed about it. We talked to friends who share the same vision. And we started going back to Liberia doing missionary trips. Those are the individuals we've taken to Liberia on not one, not two, but three different occasions. And these are people who have never been to Africa before, but they caught on to the vision. And so, by the grace of God, we were able to transition from 75 to 600 through fundraising and other outreach that we will talk about. That's why we are celebrating 14th
Yes.
anniversary gala this October. That's how it has changed. When we see things growing, the demands were growing, we tap into other programs, women empowerment, health care initiative. That's how it changed over the years. But did I know that 14 years ago we're going to have a health program? No. Did we know we're going to have a women empowerment initiative? No. We started with just elementary. And today, God has taken it to a place that I too cannot imagine. So it is all thanks and power to God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You wanted to say something? You
Yeah,
want
just
to
one thing I wanted to add. When you show that picture, it's so near and dear to my heart because the school is built. This is the compound that we were born and raised, where my mother raised her 9 kids, right?
Hmm.
So over the 14 years, we built many facilities around it. So we started with the elementary, as my husband just said. Then we built the junior high. Then we built the high school, and then built the clinic, and now the science lab. So we've been not only just educating the students, but also bringing a lot of development in the community.
Wow. So one of the things as I want to be I even have chill bumps because as I'm listening from 75 students to 600, when the vision was when you had the vision, and I always say my favorite Bible voice is because I believe in vision. Habakkuk 2:3
Yes.
says the vision is yet for an appointed time, though it tarries, wait, it will
Wait.
surely come. And,
Yep.
and as I'm hearing to you, there's some serious testimony there because it's like you decide to go and do something small, not
Correct.
knowing what it is that you wanted to do, and look at where you are today. Amazing, amazing blessing, amazing vision. But I want to say, so anybody else would probably, most of us, when we decide to win, say, no, let me go just to help with clothes, help with foods. But then you decided on a school and you go from elementary to junior high to high school.
Mhm.
Let's go into the school. Tell us about the school. Tell us about the process. Tell us also the challenges. Both of you can respond to it. I'll start with Francis. Tell us about the school. You start a school now, and what are you thinking? Where are you going to get the money from? How are you going to sustain it? Tell
And,
us about that.
and those were some of the conversations we were having when we came back to America. Yeah, yes, my wife wanted she want to save the word. Mind you, I only went to give the people who gave over there. I'm back in America. We finished spending thousands of dollars by taking the family because we had three children. So five people, imagine five tickets to go to Monrovia during Christmas time.
Mhm.
We come back, instead of trying to put our money back together, my wife says she's pregnant with vision to be a school in Liberia. Okay. So and one of the things I've come to realize is as we work as a team, it was challenging. We were taking our paycheck, we were taking our personal money to finance this operation because we believe in it. There's everything we do, you have to be a first partaker. There's something say in the scripture, you have to be a first partaker of that which you want to grow. And we left it in the hands of God, as challenging as it was. Glennie, I would say this to you. We wrote down the vision,
Mhm.
okay? We presented it to people who have never been to Liberia before. Churches. Those are those some of those white folks you see in there, they gravitated to it. Some of our folks, our Liberian folks, they were like, where they want to go with this kind of talk. But the people gravitated to the vision more than some of our people who we expected to gravitate towards it.
Mhm.
And then by the grace of God, we started raising money here and there to say, well, we just want elementary school. The idea of the junior high and senior high school came from one of those guys who went with us to Liberia and said, this thing is growing. You'll build a junior high school. You'll build a senior high school. Imagine a white man telling you, say, go build this. We asking him, where we taking the money from? He said, don't worry about it. The Lord will provide. And
Hmm.
that's why it is so important for us to cast our cares upon the Lord. And in due time, he would bring those things to pass. So along the way, it was challenging because every year we had to add a new class. We didn't start with 12th grade. Start with kindergarten. So when the children passed to second grade, we had to add second grade. When they passed to third grade, we had to add third grade, fourth grade,
Wow.
fifth grade. And so we're like, okay, this thing is getting different. We're spending more money. We can't do this on our own. We need a community of people who believe in the vision. And thankfully, our friends, not just the international ones, but our Liberian folks, they saw, sometimes Liberian men let us see something before they gravitate to it.
Absolutely.
When they
Absolutely.
saw the building go up, when they saw the pictures in the school, when they saw us going back and forth to Liberia, they said, oh, but this thing is real. And that's how some started coming around, and by the grace of God, Glendy, and people like you, the word has gotten out there, and people have taken on this passionately to be able to give back. I bring to you one of my friends who he said, look, I can't go to Liberia. I'm a Liberian. I'm doing my own thing in Texas here, but I will support five students. I will
Hmm.
support 10 students because you guys doing it. Here is the money. I see the accounting. I see the work you guys are doing. So there are individuals like those in the background who don't want to be front stage, but yet want to support that which we are doing because they see the results. They see the results, and that's how it has come. It has changed. One last thing before I let my wife come in, we started to do naming classes. So clearly, we go to Liberia. We say, "But first grade can be naming on or something." We come to America. We see the thing all the time. The Glenny Hall, the Glenny restroom, all the so we say, "But let's try this situation." We tried it. Some of our friends in the churches decided to name classes in honor of their institution. So guess what? One or two of our Liberian, supporters decided about if we're making a new class after they say, Liberian men are news now. If we're making a new class after they say, I want this class too. So somebody paying 10,000 for class. And that's how it has changed over the years. But I'm sure say can add more to it. But those were some of the challenges we found ourselves facing.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Francis talked about one of the questions you asked was balancing, right? How do you balance your accounting and your risk? So that's balancing act when I'm so passionate, want to change the whole world, and he got to bring me back to reality. And so let's look at the numbers. Just wanted to drive that point in. So we have that balancing where you got to make sure the numbers make sense. But as he said, there's been a lot of sacrifices that we made over the years. I like the strategy of the president when he says think Liberia, love Liberia, build Liberia. When you think about Liberia, we can't wait for the government to do everything. It's about community. It's about how do I give back. We see here in America, service is taught to our kids at an early age to give back. So when you think about it, the question is, what can I do to help? Love Liberia. Love is sacrifice. There has been challenges, but when you love something, you don't walk away from it. Love is selfless. So many nights we had situations where we could walk away from, but because of the love and the passion, we had to do what we had to do to make sure we reach out to our friends and community and share the vision as much as possible to ensure that we could sustain it. And then Build Liberia is where you're talking about now. It's execution. What can you do? Being able to raise $1.3 million over 14 years. Some people might say it's a lot. It's not a lot of money to be able to build a school, build a clinic, and build a women's center and have all of those programs running together. In addition to that, we have about 35 people that are employed in Grand Bassa County. We run an average payroll of almost $7,000 US a month. All these people are paid and run a tuition-free school. It takes a lot. But again, we're grateful to God. We're grateful to God that He has placed the vision in the hearts of other people, Liberians and non-Liberians, again, because they see the results. People say Liberians don't like to support, but I beg to differ. I think if there are results, if the evidence are clear, you leave them with no choice but to follow. And that's just being some of the successes of the foundation, just being transparent and being able to show the results of the last 14 years.
And I must say, I need to add something here, that the fact that your husband even allowed this vision to play out, not to even say, no, let's do it in Monrovia, but let's go to Grand Bassa. It shows the power of the Bassa people, the Bassa women.
Definitely, definitely. And, you know, and I get that all the time, Glendy. I get that all the time. But you're born and raised in Monrovia. You know my crew people. You crew man, why you went to Buchanan? Why you can't go to Francis? Look at Liberia. Liberia, we are praying that Liberia is accessible throughout the length and breadth of the country. Well, we have some road challenges, right? Infrastructure challenges. If I'm going to Liberia for 2 weeks, I won't spend 3 days on a road. I just want to be able to go to Monrovia,
Go to where you
to
go.
Buchanan, and come back. And most importantly, if my wife is doing something,
Yes.
you cannot sit back and not help.
Come
Because
on.
when she shines, I'm shining.
There you
So,
go.
as an accountant, as someone who is in the compliance space, I want to make sure everything is legitimized, because I will not be saying that someone say you're running foundation, you ain't know what you're doing. No, because our hands are inside. Friends, your hand will also be inside.
Yes.
That's why the chimney the Bassa, I get Bassoni, I get Briboni, I get all they did is okay, because it is service to country. It doesn't matter where. And I think that's a mistake
Absolutely.
people make, that I'm not here to be somewhere because a crewman I should do in Grand Crew. Is it a Liberian initiative? If it is the problem, is it something good? Then yes. That's why we've gone not just to Buchanan, but Kema, Nimba, you name it, because it's important to give throughout the length and breadth of the country. When Liberia is open in such a way, we can go to Grand Crew or Grand Gide or what's the other place in Maryland, we will go there. But we haven't been able to make it yet. That's why we continue to do that. And I'm proud to say I'm happy to support my wife 130%.
And I'm right behind you too. Support. But let me just say to our viewers, to those who's watching, want to thank you for watching. Please continue to share this podcast. We have Mr. and Mrs. CEO here. They're the founders, entrepreneurs, chief executive, you name it. They had a vision. There's a foundation named in honor of Saya's mom. And they have a school in Grand Bassa County, a school that they started from kindergarten. And that school is now up to 12th grade. And what was said was that it started from 75 students. They now have 600 students with 35 full-time employees. they're not only doing education of the children, they also have a trade school. I see people sewing, and now they're into health. This is a big, huge development. The question I wanted to go to is, and we I don't want to be selfish. I want to include your children tonight. I want to talk about your children because I think we as parents, and I can identify, because I think we as parents, because we come from Liberia, so sometimes we make decisions and don't think about the impact it's going to have on our kids. You're doing, oh, you want to help people. I'll tell you this story. There was a friend of mine told me one time, she's African American, and she said knew her for a while now, and every time she came to the house when I was married at the time, she'll say, "Why you always got people living here? Why you Glenda, why you always," she said, have you ever asked your children whether it's okay to bring other people? So I want to bring your children in there because I want to know when you guys are thinking about this, because it's gonna take a piece away, take a piece of you away from them to share with other people. Let's talk about your three kids. Let's talk about their involvement. Let's talk
Yes.
about what they think.
Let me start with that, and then Francis can add on. When you look at the picture that we took 14 years ago in Liberia, our kids were there. They were part of it. But
Wow.
again, back to your point, parents, you cannot just assume that the children must accept. You have to make sure you get them involved in many ways. First, by clearly communicating. And one of the things we've done as a family is to pray every night, most nights, because they're grown now. So when they were growing, every time we come to a family prayer, we would talk about praying about the Doe Memorial Foundation. So that was a constant prayer request in the home. So much so when we gathered to pray, to be like, Mom, Dad, I know Doe Foundation is the first. And then we also allowed them to volunteer, to get engaged in the sense that when we're doing galas, they're there helping, they're there. Our daughter is the brand ambassador. They're helping with letters. At the gala, they are there checking in people. So you got to make sure you make them understand and get them involved and solicit their feedback in terms of what does this mean to you? And because they felt like is their grandmother who they never saw, when I took them to see where I was born and raised, the home that you see right now, it was so destroyed. It was in a horrible condition. And they were all there in Buchanan that day. And my son, I remember he asking me, Mommy, I can't believe you grew up in this place. Where's the bathroom? I said, I took bath outside. Oh my God, Mommy, we got to do something. So we made them to have empathy, firsthand experience with why this is important.
Yes.
Francis, I'll let you add to it.
Yes.
Hey, definitely. So we've always instilled into them that service is the rent we pay for our time here on earth. It's important for us to pay it forward because we made it clear to them that our presence here in America is a result of somebody else paying it forward for us. Because I came to America on scholarship, my wife came to America on scholarship. And so one of the things we try to make sure to understand is that yes, you may be born in America, but we wanted to introduce to you where we came from. And that's why no matter whether it's 10,000 we're paying for 5 or 6 tickets to go to Liberia, we would carry them there. We would carry them to the to where mom was rich. Because for me, I'm a real boy. My house was all right. Everything was great. So I didn't see no thing that got suffering in Liberia. No, I did not experience any of those things. You see why I live in America, I see why I live in Liberia. But here is your mom who came from a different society, a different community. So Buchanan, when they saw Buchanan like that, has mom here like this. At the same time, we believe that once you serve, it's important by instilling those virtues in them at an early age. Now they want to go back every year. We go back December, they won't go. We say, no, we need money to carry on. You're sitting here. you know. So those are some of the things we continue, but they continue to give back, like she said, whether it's at a gala or packing letters or doing something on the school because we instill in them the importance of service.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just to add, the two of them, the two older kids, they sponsor students in the school. To sponsor a child for the entire year is $300. So our son, the oldest son, last year he sponsored a child. Our daughter, Francea, she sponsored a child too. So they're not only giving back their time, but they're also giving back their money to make sure it works.
Amazing. And I think one of the things you talk about is sometimes people, the children, people won't understand the investment that people make in other people, but the children watch it. And after you've gone, years that you've gone, I know some of the things that I do, I wonder and I sit back, and then it reminds me of my dad. I'm like, this is how he was. This is how he lived. And, you know, whatever I'm doing is what I acquire, what I saw him to do. But there's something key that you said. Let me just go a little bit Christian here, that you said that is important. My pastor says it all the time. You put prayers into the bank.
Yep.
And when you pray, he always answers. Always answers. And I think one of the reasons why the ATDOE Foundation is so successful with, I mean, we can see it, we hear it, the results are clear, it's transparent. It's because you've never forgotten that God is able to do all things but fail. And I think that's what has sustained you. But I want to talk about, as we go into this question, before we go to the celebration for this year, I want to talk about the sustenance of the school, the curriculum, keeping the teachers up to. I want you to save that big news about the school success for last. Please don't talk about WAG yet, because I'm saving that. But I want you to talk about the instructors. How do you keep them? I know you're paying them. I'm not asking how much, but how are you able to keep the teachers interested and to sustain your school, the curriculum and all of that? How have you been able to do that?
So a couple of things. I think I just posted on Facebook a seminar that the school just had where we had two educational officers to go to the school to conduct seminars. So we make sure before the school year starts, we have extra workshop for the teacher. And we have been so blessed. I think it's We Care organization is another non-for-profit organization because our facility in Buchanan is good. They host routine teacher training and they use our facilities. So our teachers also have the opportunity to go to those, participate in those extra curriculum workshop to make sure they are staying on top of what needs to happen, because continuous education is important. In America, we all go to continuous education, so we make sure we provide that opportunity. Is there opportunity to do more? Yes, there's opportunity to do more. That's why we're asking people, as you think about the foundation, you can either support a child or invest in the teacher or invest in the women, so we can continuously be able to make sure our teacher have access to advanced training and workshop.
Beautiful. Francis?
And yes, and those teachers that we have, they are so passionate about the school because think about Buchanan. Employment opportunities are limited.
Yes.
And we've been paying those guys US dollars for the last 14 years.
Woo!
We have not stopped paying them in US dollars. So they have taken the school very passionately. They know that by the grace of God, okay, we have our funders in America. We're begging everybody for money here, right? We be sending Glennie letters, we're sending everybody letters, yo, please give us money. And then we try to support the programs back home. So continuous education, just like we're doing our jobs here. You have to continue to enlighten yourself, continue to study to show thyself approved. And so we have to be able to apply those biblical standards in the school as well. And we tell them, if you have to teach, you have to be equipped at all times. And just by the grace of God, we have those people educating themselves, going through workshops, going through seminars. So the sustainability part of the program is important because had it not been for the generosity of our donors and sponsors and individuals here in the U.S., I can tell you by now we will have no Doe Memorial Foundation. We are looking to replicate similar situations in Liberia. We know that there are people in Liberia who can support, but we have not been fortunate to get support from Liberia yet. Okay, everything is US based. But can that happen in Liberia? Some of our supporters and sponsors ask us that same question, clearly. Where are your Liberian doing? You can get money from there? No, not yet. But thankfully, we can get money from some of our Liberian people in America here.
Yes.
But can government come in? I'm sure they can. Can there be some educational subsidies? I'm sure. We know the education minister, man. We know everybody in that country, man. But sometimes to release the money can be hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that because we have not gotten any subsidies from the government
Zero.
for over the last 14 years. But God has been faithful.
Yeah. But I like that part, and I think it's important to people watching. I want to recognize Tuku's Ama Harris. She also has
Yeah, Tuku was there. She went to the school with us
yes,
one time.
she also has a school that we've talked to before, and she's doing some great work. I see her now with the Learning Center. But it's sacrifice. It's a huge sacrifice to want to do this, because then you're also faced with people what do you want to everything. So now when I see the letter, I say, what do you want to write for?
I tell you.
I saw the letter the other day, I said he put out right again. But it's like but you keep on going, because it's not about us. It is about the satisfaction you get from the fact that you're helping Liberians. And then you said something, I think I missed that, but you said something that's very important. It didn't have to be in Montserrat or Monrovia. It was in Grand Bassa, but the significance is that if one Liberian is benefiting from whatever you're doing, regardless of what part of the country Liberia benefits as a whole, and then you're happy about that. Let's talk about the Liberian National Exam. Talk about the Liberian National Exam and the success rate with your school. Listen, when I saw that, I was elated to hear the record. So let's talk about it.
So
let's talk about it, because I think that question can just put some kind of spirit in my wife. So
I'm telling you, I am telling you, even myself. When I heard the results, and I heard the percentages in the last 3 or 4 years for Liberia, the overall percentages of the students and the passing rate, and then I listen and I see ATDOE, it just shakes you some kind of way about the work that you all are doing in Grand Bassa County. So let's talk about the success about that school.
Yeah, quality is important to us. We are a big advocate of education, and not because it's tuition free, it needs to be poor. We have extracurricular activities. We pay our teachers extra for those classes that go through the West African examination. So they have study classes every Saturday at the beginning of the year. And we make sure that our students have the extra hours and extra tutoring to succeed. So I want to shout out our principal, Sarah Adams, Francis Johnson, the entire Eric Peters, the entire staff in Buchanan, who are pouring everything into these kids. This is like, as you said, for the last 4 years, the records are there to show. Flying colors, 100% of our students.
100% of your students
are passing.
In the WIAC.
Yes. Yes. So we want to make sure, not because it's tuition free, it has to be good. Our curriculum are up to par. The board over here, sometimes we take the curriculum and we have a lot of people on the board. We do comparison with the US curriculum. And I want to shout out one of our students, maybe Francis can talk about it. This little boy, he came to America almost at the end of a school year. I believe it was this year or last year.
Last year he came last year.
Last year in the 6th grade, 6th or 9th grade, if I'm staying corrected. He had only 2 months in school. He went to a school in the US and he passed with flying colors. And that's why I tell people this is real. These kids are smart. They just need the opportunity to be also. Yes. So I don't want to get emotional, Francis said, but
I know Francis, she's going to that spot now.
That's why I told you that. That's why I told you. I don't know why you asked the woman this question, because she gets animated when you ask her this question.
Let me recognize Francis D. Johnson. I think he's from your school. He is
one of the professors.
Francis, I want to highlight you. I want to thank you all for the work that you do. You may not get to hear it from us, but we are watching. Keep up the good work. Thank you for the school. Please make sure you express our thanks and appreciation to all of the teachers and the students. They work to hear that your school is 100%. I mean, nobody fear in the school when it comes to WIAC.
Yes.
You know how the WIAC thing when I hear about WIAC, it's because I have a personal traumatic story for WIAC. But I'm so happy. But for instance, let's talk about how does it make you feel to hear a school that you have, and it is important to emphasize a tuition-free school.
Correct.
It's almost like a government school, but you're paying for it.
Correct.
A tuition school, 100% tuition-free school, uniform, books, everything is free. And you hear that your students are 100% pass rates at the national exam for the last 4 years.
Yeah, friends that go, not small party we're gonna have this year. When I get there, have a small Christmas party with all
You
my
ready, you? You see, you ready, you?
You ready? Go ahead.
That was the one cleaning ask the question your phone. But anyway, I feel very good about what is happening. I tell people all the time, when preparation meets opportunity, there is breakthrough. All right. At the intersection of preparation and opportunity, there is breakthrough. What we've invested in those children is the fact that we want them to prepare, because the opportunity is ahead of you to make sure you can pass. And I tell them all the time, my wife and myself, in order for us to graduate and get undergraduate and master's and all of those things, we have to meet a certain GPA to be on those scholarships. So we instill those same disciplines in them. And thanks to our teachers, like she said, every Saturday in preparation for the WIAC exam, we were investing additional funding to have those teachers, right, teach those students, get them ready for WIAC. How many schools in Liberia are preparing their students for WIAC? I'm not sure many schools are doing that. So the fact that we made that investment into the children, the ninth grade, the third, the sixth grade, and now we're going to have 12th grade. So think about all of those things. We are grateful, we are humbled, and we hope that it will continue. That's how I feel when we get such a result. It makes you want to do more. All right. But when the result comes and you see everybody feeling, be like, okay, what's going on here? And that's how it makes us feel, because we can face our supporters and sponsors with confidence, knowing that our children are passing with flying colors in these WIAC exams.
Amazing. And I think it's a great thing. One of the things that always gets me emotional for national exam is Cathedral High School, 1985. I'm a very good student. And we climb up the stairs to go to Prof. Thomas' office to get your WIAC results. You had to go on the campus. All your friends and Osa.
I was there.
Waiting. All of them Osa Lana waiting. You're walking one by one to go to the principal office. Graduations is about 4 days away. I'll never forget. And I get to the door and I failed in one subject. That drove me insane. Good student, honor roll. And I could not march. People don't. I think doing. I don't even want to go that big, but I think during that time it was just traumatic to do that to young children. Right. But I think the success rate that you've had is commendable. Sponsors and supporters of ATDOE, to you all, I say thank you, because you've continued to support this great work, and it shows in the children. But now let's go to 14 years celebration. I don't want to leave out the gala, because Saya is very serious about that gala word.
I know, 14 years, having our first students graduating from 12th grade, that's monumental. And that's why we're calling on everybody to join us on October 18. October 18 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, where they have the race, to join us, and let's celebrate for a good cause. For only $120, you have access to entertainment, 3-course meal, and the program. For $200, You have the senior access, but you have VIP because our event is always sold out. And then for 500, you're VIP, but then it comes with sponsoring a child because this is how we sustain the school. We're looking for sponsors to sponsor these kids. When you sponsor a child, you invest in the future. You have access to get their report card, a letter from them, and just stay connected because there's some sponsors who go above and beyond to take care of them on a regular basis. So we're calling all Liberians, lovers of humanity, join us and let's celebrate this great work. October 18. You don't want to miss this. You want to be on the front row seat and let's celebrate. Not just Liberia, but we also do a lot in the US. We have the International Mentorship Program, and I can let Francis talk about it, how important that is as we're mentoring young leaders in the US also. So I'll turn that over to my husband.
Hold on one second. I want to talk about the fact that you said something, but it's very significant that this is the first graduation. First 14 years in existence, you're going to be having your first graduation. You're having it off the banks of the fact that you had a 100% pass rate. If you don't buy your ticket, I'm telling you, I'm going to buy my ticket because whether I come or don't come, I will purchase my ticket. But I want all of us to support this 14th gala anniversary because I think it is important. It also says there are more students will be able to attend, more things you can do. And you're not just only educating, you're also making sure that your teachers are trained and you've opened up your horizon to other things, mentoring other stuff. So let's talk, Francis, let's talk about what this gala means, what people can do, and how they can support you all.
Definitely. So this gala, the theme of this year's gala is racing towards a brighter future. Racing towards a brighter future. And our supporters and donors out there, they can support or donate in so many ways. All right. You go to our website, which you have on the flyer. Through our website, you can secure your tickets. And like my wife said, securing a ticket is one thing, supporting or sponsoring a child is another thing. So you go to a fundraiser, it's called fundraiser because when you come there, we're asking you for some more money. So the ticket is not just all to it. When you come, we have a time for fundraising. But at the same time, we want to give you a view as to what has happened to the school in the last 12 months. As we informed you, our students every year we add class. So the students now from the 11th grade will be going to the 12th grade. That means this whole school year next year, this time, we should be having the graduation for them. And we're looking forward to all of the donations that will come so they can support through the website, they can do Cash App, they can do Zelle. And the sooner you get your tickets, the better. Because one of the things we try to do for the last 14 years, and we have been, I would say, about 95% successful or 98% successful, is to ensure that every guest gets the ticket before coming over there. But Glennie, I will tell you, that's that 1% or 2% who will say, "Oh, I just come and buy my ticket today," and we want to make and when we're in that kind of event, the caterer needs to know as to whether we're having 100 people or 200 people or 300 people. But only Malabrempo can have that kind of problem with. They will come the day off and say they want seat, they want to be there. So we try to discourage ticket purchase on the day off. That's why we are pushing it every now and then because we have to operate in excellence. You
Yes.
have to be able to tell people how many, the caterers have to know how many people coming. We want to be able to seat you properly. We have multiple price range, right? 500, 200, $120. So we have seating arrangement and preferred seating. If Glenny pays for $500, we're not going to sit her among the people who pay $120. We have
Absolutely.
to, we have, so all of those things are part of the preparation that goes behind the scenes. And we want to inform our audience as to the work that has happened in the school, whether it's from the health awareness program, whether it's from the Women Empowerment Initiative, or hear from the students themselves. These guys are going to 12th grade, you will hear from them. So we post on Facebook every now and then, but you will hear from our students. So it's going to be exciting. and we are all racing towards that better future. And we have one last thing, what we call destiny helper. Our destiny helper, we want them to, 40 of our students will be graduating, right? So we are trying to identify 40 individuals who will be able to contribute $400 a piece that will help towards the graduation and the preparation, all right, for next year. And that's
Yes.
what we're trying to identify these people. Imagine coming in there, 40 people walking in, like coming to graduation, because these are the 40 individuals we are identifying now to say, I may not physically be in Liberia when the graduation is happening, but I'm standing here in representation of student A, B, C, who will be
Yes.
graduating next year. And that's the plan. That's what we are marching or racing towards a brighter future. A future that one of them will come here and sit behind this microphone and be able to speak. Because we're going to have one of the ladies. Oh, is that secret or not?
No, I already share it. So
Okay, okay.
one of the
I
ladies
wasn't
who
sure.
already graduated from the program, she's in the US.
Okay.
Going to be
I thought
live.
it was going to be. I thought it was a
She's going to
surprise.
be in, yeah, she's going to be in person at the event.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Because the woman went look at me just now. I thought I was surprised. So I said,
there's going to be more surprises.
okay.
Yes, yes. But let me just also say, if you've stayed on the sideline, I have not been privileged to be to one of these two to be an event that these people have hosted, but I've been there in the spirit, and they don't joke. They show out, they show down, and they show off. But it's befitting for them to do that because they put a lot of time into the work to do, and we all can identify with the successes that they do. I want to read a note from Francis D. Johnson. He said, Glenda, thanks for the program, and I'm one of your followers on Spawn. I want to commend you, including Mr. and Mrs. Seal, for the magnificent work in transforming the lives of young Liberians. The school is totally tuition free, paid for students, WAG fees, uniforms, free healthcare, books, book bags, free meals, etc. ATDOE Memorial Foundation, it is a school that is second to none. Thanks to all the support you guys do to continue to support the student that's left behind in our community. Their parents are overwhelmed and can't stop praising the goodness of God for their dreams come true. Thank you so much. I salute you. I salute you, my people. And like I say, I don't care how busy I am. Whenever you need to come on for us to do this, I'll make myself available so that we can talk about this. I don't have a big platform, but one or two people can follow me. So I'll do what I can. I'll do what I can to help to promote this. We're looking forward. You want to tell us a little bit about the gala? Anything you
You're
want to
talking about being fabulous. Let's oh, you better come in your best because at the gala we have best dress DJ Tom Shimmer. Is that his
DJ Tom Shimmer? Yes. Yes.
DJ Chris will be there. We kids up there. We have other entertainment, best dress, and there's gonna be some high profile people in the room talking about. I can drop some names right now, but there's going to be some high profile people. Yes. You want to come. This is going to be at the Speedway. This is a different type of event. We'll be looking over the race car Speedway where we have the race in Concord. There's going to be a lot of different surprises, and you want to be part of that. This is a new event, a new venue. A lot of people might go to the Embassy Suite. No, we're not going to be at the Embassy Suite. We're going to be at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. So remember that. And tickets are not sold at the door. Our event usually sell us like 7 days before. We cannot sell tickets at the door because it's a catered event. The clubhouse have to know how many people are coming. The meal are prepared in advance, so it's not a walk-in. So we discourage people from really coming in at the door, and I am gonna be fabulously dressed.
Always. These people, I'm telling you, when you put crew, Gribble, Bassa together, you get nothing less.
The woman can put pressure on me to find clothes to wear. I'm telling you, Glenny.
You get
I
that
said,
in there. Let me tell you from afar, before I got to know your wife, from afar, I admire this woman. Her dresses are always on point. They're neatly fitted. They're nice. Makeup is nice. So I don't expect anything less at this 14th gala anniversary. But listen, as we close, I want you all to just speak to Liberians. Speak to the people of Grand Bassa, speak to a Liberian who may be listening here and may want to do some work in Liberia, but is discouraged. So, as both of you do your closing comments, just speak from your heart and tell them. Sometimes it's not easy, but it's fulfilling helping people. So we'll start with you, Saya, and then we end with Francis.
Yeah, so I'm going to wear my ministerial hat. Going back to Habakkuk 2, verse 2, the Bible says, write the vision, make it plain, and those who read it will run with it. But the same token, God did not say it will be easy. So, as Liberians, when you think about Liberia, it doesn't have to be on the skill that my husband and I are doing it, but everybody has a place, a job to do. Stop worrying about what is not working. Recalibrate and think about what is working, what you can do. We've had a lot of roadblocks, but from a risk perspective, we put in guardrails that will allow us to monitor what we do. We have open communication. We interact with our teachers every day. We have dual controls. There are people looking after people. They don't even know who's watching over each of them. But again, it's because we wanted to succeed. We want to make sure that we give back in a way, because education for me has made a difference. My mom did not have formal education, but she always told me, if you know book, the people will respect you.
Mhm.
I know she's looking down from heaven today, watching her daughter, master's CPA, sitting at the table of corporate America, making strategic decisions. But I cannot forget where I come from, no
Yes.
matter what. I don't have to do what I'm doing in Liberia, but it's love for country, it's love for my people. Always remember where you come from, and that will drive how important it is for you to pour back into your country. You're not doing it for George Weah or Joseph Boaga, His Excellency. You're doing it because you are a Liberian, and the love for your people should supersede any other limitations that you see.
Thank you. Thank you. Francis?
allow me to follow in the same tone. First, to say thank you for this opportunity to bring us on your platform to talk about the ATDOE Memorial Foundation. When the question is asked, what have you done lately? We in the Anitido Memorial Foundation and my family individually, we cannot sit back and say we're waiting for government to do everything. In our little ways, we are making our own impact, regardless of which administration it is. And wearing my ministerial hat allow me to say the comfort and convenience of Pharaoh's palace will not stop me from going back to the country of my birth.
Okay, now be
Like
this.
Moses made it clear, he said, yes, I may have grown up in Pharaoh's palace. I have
Yes.
an opportunity to be
Come
here,
on.
but I'm going back to my people.
I
And
must.
for me, Liberia is home. I may have my dual citizenship, but the comfort and convenience because I am living comfortably in these United States. I don't have a reason to go home, but I can say with confidence that my neighbor spring is buried over there. And no matter the accolades I have in these United States, no matter the big homes and all of those things, there is something about Liberia. There is something that takes us back home every time. The air is different. I can go home. It may not be as beautiful. I may not be in the air condition, but I already there. Because giving back, I always say, somebody paid tonight. I am under a tree because somebody many years ago planted a tree for me. And
Mm.
so we want to plant that tree to give somebody else a shade that it can be comfortable with. And so we say thank you. We love giving back. It is part of who we are. We did not come to these United States because our parents had money. It was education or scholarship. So paying it forward has been ingrained into our mindset. that regardless of the political persuasions, we want Liberia to come first. And coming first with me, doing what we can do in our little way. We are looking for partnership. We are looking for individuals to continue to work with us to grow what we all know to be the new Liberia. So I say thank you for this opportunity, and we're looking forward to what this gala is going to bring.
Yes. And I want to say thank you to you and your wife, to your children, to everyone who has supported this foundation. It's been very successful. I will not be surprised if I hear you're building a school in another area. I will not be surprised. But I thank God that the vision, you follow your heart, you follow your desires, you pray to God, and it has come to fruition. And we have the children of tomorrow, they're benefiting. Francis said the young boy you were talking about is
Jerome Orlando
Reeves Jr. And he came to the US 2 years ago in the 6th grade, and now he's in high school. That is an amazing thing. So whenever you need to come back before the gala, let me know. I will make the time. This is the least I can do to support the works of your hands. I'm so proud of you, both of you. I thank you. I thank God that, and these people here, let me go into my colloquy. These people are not small people in Charlotte. These small people in Charlotte. When they show up, they show up. But not only that, these people, they're not concerned about themselves. When things happen to other people, they show up for them. And so we must show up for this 14th gather anniversary. If you're not going to be there, purchase your ticket. Please buy your ticket. We have to say to you, in our response to what you've done, we can purchase a ticket and say thank you. We support your effort. We see you. This is the mayor of Charlotte, the Liberian mayor, and his wife of Charlotte. I'm telling you, you're joking.
But many the people know me in Charlotte because I serve on my Liberian community as the chairman of the board. I serve in so many capacities.
Yes.
That's why I tell you I'm a community crusader. The name
Absolutely.
Princess CEO is very familiar in the Charlotte community.
It's the home. It's why you want to cover it up like that. It's a household name.
It's a household
name. Inshallah is a household name. But thank you both. I know there are other things you've been involved with that we haven't talked about, but these people have done a lot. The focus is on the school and the gala. But after the gala and everything, we'll come back because we've had them on before. They've done a lot. They work. They love the Lord. Francis, I never forget. I never forget about the prayer closet. I wish I had one here for myself. But I am an avid follower of the two of you. I love you. I love what you do. I may not say it all the time, but I'm extremely proud. And I wish you all nothing but the absolute best. Thank you for coming. I'm honored. We will continue to promote. You already know anything you share, but they gala put my inside. I will share it throughout. Free of charge. I support you. Thank you all.
You already the brand ambassador.
I am here representing ATD and Memorial Foundation. Thank you all so much for coming.
Thank you, Eddie. It's been a pleasure.
Okay. All right. Folks, there you have it. This is what we want. This is what we want to do. I'm telling you, it gives me so much joy to be able to host such a successful entrepreneur family, free work, to send children to school, free everything, free tuition, free books, free book bag, free uniform, free WAC fees. I mean, everything is free. And this is not the only thing that they're doing. They also have trade school where they're teaching people how to sew. We didn't touch on that, but it's something that we know. Follow them. Reach out to them. Even if you can't come, even if you can't afford to be a part or to be present, inshallah, on October 18th, just go in the inbox and say thank you. Let's support them. Let's rally around them. Even if you can't buy a ticket, you can't afford it. You can send $50 for one teacher's salary or to help to do something. This is what we want. We want to be able to collectively give back to our country, Liberia. It is the only country that we know. We want to thank you for watching. For all of you who've watched this evening, we thank you so much for watching. We appreciate all of you. Julius B. Swain, thank you so much. Julius, you see, let me focus on what I'm doing here, because thank you so much for everybody who is watching. Some people are just stuck in the political mind, but I'm not going to do that, because this podcast this evening is about supporting Liberians. And I want to say thank you for all of you who are watching. God bless you. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening. Let's continue to support the SEALs for the work that they've done, because children are being blessed, children are being empowered, and we are helping our community. Not only are they impacting the lives of young children, they're also helping to empower people, but they're also providing help in the community by giving people jobs. Thank you, everybody. God bless you. Have a pleasant evening. Goodbye.